See this 2011 Honda Civic? This car is the reason his coworkers are convinced he's broke. It's got a small dent on the back bumper and that special kind of faded paint you only get from years of getting the job done. Every morning, when he pulls into his spot at the office, he catches the same sideways glances. The whispers in the break room are always the same. He must be struggling, or I hope he's doing okay. They see the old car, they see him eating a packed lunch at his desk, and they put two and two together. But what they don't know is that the guy driving this car is worth over $4 million. His house is completely paid off. His kids have fully funded college accounts. He could stroll into his boss's office tomorrow and retire without a single worry. So why on earth does he keep driving this beat-up old Honda? The answer isn't about being cheap. It's a secret strategy, a core belief that draws a hard line between the people who look rich and the people who are rich. We're about to break down the mindset of a secret millionaire and show you how a simple car can be the most powerful wealth-building tool you'll ever own. The Great Deception: Why Looking Rich Keeps You Poor. Let's call our driver Mark. To his colleagues, Mark is just a quiet, reliable guy who gets his work done. But behind his back, his lifestyle is the juiciest piece of office gossip. While they're all showing off pictures of their new SUVs and talking about the massive loans they just took out for a kitchen remodel, Mark just smiles and nods. They're all trapped in a game he simply refuses to play. The game of conspicuous consumption. It's a game fueled by insecurity and status anxiety, not by an actual fat bank account. This is exactly what the authors of the brilliant book, The Millionaire Next Door, called being an under-accumulator of wealth, or a UAW. A UAW can have a huge income, making hundreds of thousands a year, but have a shockingly low net worth. Why? Because every single dollar that comes in goes right back out to finance a lifestyle designed to impress other people. They've got the big hat, but no cattle. They're performing wealth, not possessing it. It's a treadmill of never being satisfied. You buy the new car, and for a month, it feels incredible. But that feeling fades, and soon you're already eyeing the next model, the next upgrade. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. We adapt to new pleasures so quickly that we need something even bigger and better to get the same thrill. Meanwhile, Mark, our Honda driving hero, has stepped off that treadmill entirely. His co-workers see his car and think he's losing. The truth? He's playing a completely different game. A game where the goal isn't to look rich, but to be free. And trust me, he's winning. The reveal. The 3 pillars of the stealth wealth mindset. So what's Mark's secret sauce? It's not just one thing. It's a powerful mindset built on 3 core pillars that separate temporary flash from permanent fortune. Principle number 1, he plays both offense and defense. Most people think getting rich is all about playing offense, making a huge salary. But the actual millionaires, the ones studied in the Millionaire Next Door, know that wealth is built by playing defense. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. Mark's 2011 Honda Civic is the ultimate symbol of a rock-solid financial defense. Let's just run the numbers. The average new car payment has recently climbed to around $750 to $800 a month. A luxury car can easily push that over $1,000. That's up to $12,000 a year, and that's before you factor in higher insurance and maintenance. Instead of burning that cash on an asset that loses value every single day, Mark invests it. That $1,000 a month, assuming a pretty standard 7% market return, becomes over $173,000 in 10 years. In 20 years, it's over $520,000. That's the million-dollar choice. It's understanding that small, seemingly harmless spending decisions have a gigantic opportunity cost. A fancy car doesn't just cost you the monthly payment, it costs you the $500,000 that money could have become. Mark isn't driving a cheap car because he has to. He's driving it because every month he does. He's basically paying himself hundreds of thousands of dollars in future wealth. Principle number 2, he is a prodigious accumulator of wealth, PAW. This all ties back to that brilliant framework from The Millionaire Next Door, the PAW versus the UAW. PAWs, or prodigious accumulators of wealth, are masters of building net worth. UAWs are masters of building a high-status lifestyle. And the wild part is, it has almost nothing to do with how much you earn. The authors even came up with a simple formula to see where you stand. Multiply your age by your annual pre-tax income, then divide by 10. Age times income divided by 10. That number is your expected net worth for your age and income. If your actual net worth is way higher, congrats, you're a PAW. If it's way lower, you're probably a UAW. A 40-year-old making $150,000 a year is expected to have a net worth of around $600,000. But tons of people with that exact income have next to nothing because they spend it all on status. Mark is a classic PAW. He directs his time, energy, and money with ruthless efficiency toward one goal: building wealth. He's not wasting his weekends shopping for cars or scrolling Zillow for a bigger house. He's focused on things that add real value to his life and his balance sheet. This mindset gives you immunity to social pressure. It's the quiet confidence of knowing your financial security is worth more than the passing opinion of a stranger. Principle number 3, he prioritizes financial freedom over social status. This is the big one. Why does Mark even want the money? It's not to swim in it like Scrooge McDuck. It's for one simple reason: freedom. The vast majority of millionaires surveyed in the book said that financial independence was far more important to them than showing off a high social status. That's the heart of this entire philosophy. The money isn't the goal. The freedom the money buys is the goal. It's the freedom to know that if your company announces layoffs, you're going to be okay. It's the freedom to walk away from a toxic job without panicking about your next paycheck. It's the freedom to take a year off to travel the world, start your own business, or retire a decade or two before everyone else. It's the freedom from fear. His coworkers are shackled by their car payments and their mortgages. They need that next paycheck to support their high consumption lifestyle. They're trapped. Mark, in his old Honda, is one of the freest people in that entire office park. He doesn't have to impress anyone because he already has the one thing they all truly want: control over his own time and his own life. Before we cover the final habits, you can actually copy from people like Mark. Just take a second to think about your own financial life. If this idea of choosing freedom over flash hits home for you, hit that subscribe button. Join a community of people who are focused on building real, quiet wealth. Also, I created a helpful resource just for you: the Income Upgrade Plus Digital Budget and Finance Bundle. This is an ebook and AI companion and digital strategist designed to help you build wealth, ditch debt, and take control of your financial future. The link's in the description. The 7 Unspoken Habits of the Real Millionaire Next Door. So, how do people like Mark actually pull this off? It all comes down to a set of consistent, disciplined habits. According to the research in the Millionaire Next Door, there are 7 things most self-made millionaires have in common. First, they live well below their means. This is the bedrock of everything. It isn't about being miserable. It's about creating a huge gap between what you earn and what you spend. Second, they allocate their time, energy, and money efficiently toward building wealth. They spend way more time planning their investments than they do shopping. Third, as we've seen, they believe financial independence is more important than showing off. Their self-worth isn't tied to a logo. Fourth, their parents did not provide economic outpatient care. This one is fascinating. The book found that adults who get constant financial handouts from their parents are often less likely to build their own wealth because they never learn the discipline it requires. Fifth, their own adult children are economically self-sufficient. A true wealth builder aims to pass on values and a strong work ethic, not just a trust fund that can be blown in a year. Sixth, they are great at targeting market opportunities. They know where the value is, and they invest in it. Many are business owners, often in boring but highly profitable industries. And seventh, they chose the right occupation. They either found a high-paying career or, more often, created their own income by starting a business. These aren't secrets reserved for geniuses or the ridiculously lucky. They are choices. They are habits. Mark's 2011 Honda Civic isn't just a car. It's the physical embodiment of all 7 of these habits. It's a tool that helps him live below his means, frees up cash to invest, and signals to the world that he values his freedom more than anyone's opinion. The next time you see an older, unassuming car in a parking lot, don't just assume the person driving it is struggling. You might be looking at the millionaire next door. You might be looking at someone who has mastered the art of stealth wealth, someone who gets the profound difference between looking rich and being rich. That 2011 Honda Civic isn't a symbol of poverty. It's a symbol of power. It's the power to ignore what everyone else is doing, the power to build a life on your own terms, and the power to be truly, completely free. Because wealth isn't what you show, it's what you keep. What is one secretly wealthy habit you practice in your own life? Share it in the comments below. Let's learn from each other. Please don't forget to get the Income Upgrade plus Digital Budget and Finance Bundle to help you build wealth, ditch debt, and take control of your financial future. The link's in the description. Finally, if you got value from this video, watch the next one on your screen where I explain why your 40s decide if you retire rich or broke. Thanks for watching.